Out here in the countryside in the southwest of France, we're learning, sometimes the hard way, that we don't get to control the pace of everything. Sometimes it's about letting go and surrendering to shifting timelines. The dumper delay is frustrating, but we're thinking of solutions. We started preparing our vegetable garden a bit too late, and our compost isn't that rich, earthy black soil you really want, but with some extra nutrients. We're doing our best, knowing we're learning, and we'll take those lessons with us into the next planting season. There are times when it feels like we're standing still, especially when one of our biggest goals, renovating all the buildings, remains just out of reach. But the truth is, even when progress feels slow, we are moving. We can plant, prepare, and make space, but in the end, it's patience and persistence that carry us forward. And let me tell you this week we're expecting an exciting delivery that will bring us closer to our big renovation work, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, the veggie garden is taking on the shape we envisioned, and good news, no deer has jumped the fence yet.
Okay, almost got all the wood chips off. Now you see a good example with just wood chips and not even cardboard in a week's time, how everything underneath dies off. So that's what we are trying to accomplish in the vegetable garden, and the cardboard gives us an extra 2 or 3 months before that one perishes and the wood chips takes over. So we'll see. The bindweed, that one will have to keep pulling, but it will be smothered. So everything we see now, and if we keep on top of it, I hope we can win the war on the bindweed. We've done it once where we lived in Belgium. We had bindweed as well, and I think after 2-3 years, 4 years, I can't remember, we kept on picking it. So it doesn't take that much as long as it's not a whole field. We'll see. We had a thunderstorm last night, but not too much, and we had some rain, but evenly spread out, and the plants loved it. There is a difference, it seems like, if you give tap water or rainwater, and with the rainwater they seem to perk up more than with the normal water. I didn't water them for 2 days because I have a feeling we were watering them maybe too much, especially because the carton again. The cardboard is still underneath the beds. It is dissolving, but it is still underneath it, so it acts as a barrier against the weeds coming through, but also as a barrier with moisture not being able to dissipate or go into the ground. So, but they're actually not doing bad. This is a bed of tomatoes here who are doing great. Then we have another bed of tomatoes who's doing intermediate, and then we have another bed of tomatoes who's doing not that well. It's very weird. It's very weird because it is the same compost. So, but we expected a little bit that our first yield will be less. Our first year on the new place, especially since we were a bit late. But this bed is actually doing great now, and we are having tomatoes on them. So Good enough. Let's try to get my scouting skills, if I still have some, into play. It's something Anisha loves doing. Nothing, I think so. Little arts and crafts. It's not my kind of thing, but she's taking Odin on a little trip together with the daycare to a little farm. And this is now an excellent day to do it. And like yesterday with the thunderstorms we had, we were a little bit afraid of the tomato plants snapping, so voila. Doesn't look bad. Should be sturdy enough. I've looked into doing it with wood, but the problem, all of the wood I can get here in the building supplier is treated wood, which is a good thing as well, because if you're going to use it in your roof, if you don't get treated wood, you run the risk of bugs getting inside and destroying all your work. The only thing is, that kind of wood you don't want to use outside, and you don't want to use it in your garden, because if it rains on it, it will all leak out. Dan eerst daar, pak hier in de zijkant vast. We kunnen misschien een koord aanbinden daarin en dan kunnen we naar omhoog gaan. Het is niet dat we nog mee aan spanning moet staan. Okay, I got a great idea. That's to do some strimming while it is 35 degrees outside. But it's something that has been on my list since I have to do it, because there's all weeds on the pad that I use with the dumper to drive down, and they are starting to seed, so I want to avoid that a little bit. I do mix my own fuel. I advise you to do it yourself if you have a lot of land, because you can buy the pre-mixed ones, but it does cost a lot more. If you don't use it that often, buy the pre-mix. That's probably a lot better than filling up a 5-liter can or a 10-liter can and letting the fuel get stale. But if you use it a lot, I would pre-mix it myself, or mix it myself. And the reason I don't go over here with a mower is this. This path is full of rocks. I will be using this path, I don't know if I said it before, but to bring all the rainwater and everything from the drainage behind the barns is gonna come together in two big 160 pipes. It's gonna come down here and we're gonna make a pre-filter pond somewhere around here, small one, 100 square meters or something, not deep at all, to slow the water down and to filter it. And then it's gonna go to the main pond, which is in the future. Okay, oh no, it's hot. It's done. It's ready to drive with the dumper once it's working. Just gonna go around some trees, not all, but as you can see I leave a little bit around the trees, except those who have brambles or nettles. The rest I don't mind, the rest can grow and spread. Woo. We're now just the beginning of summer. I'm noticing the grass starting to get brown, so you can't mow it too much anymore. So I'm hoping if I do it now, it will stay down, it will cover it, and it will die off for now, so I can start working. Because this is kind of a little bit stupid work, especially these small mountains and around my building area. There is somebody who's happy, and that's the chicken. It's difficult to show you, but it is funny. There's two stripes of weeds growing and they go like that and they go like that. So that's exactly the path I always took with the dumper last year. So it brought in soil and seeds. That's why I have a path of weeds growing there. It's not that much, doesn't matter, we're gonna cover it with geotextile anyways. Like I said, because I'm gonna get comments again, but this is not their permanent location. Their permanent location will be off the ground. So I won't have to keep doing this. Soon the robot won't have trouble anymore. This is a prime example of user error. When I programmed it, I programmed the edge too close to this little cliff. So it is doing it, but sometimes it slides in a bit and it wants to get out because it doesn't want to go out of bounds. But soon I'm gonna take some clean soil from the back and fill this little trench up because it has no use anymore. There used to be a pipe coming here, or a pipe, that brought all the water from around the barns towards here. But someone who has been following me a long time knows that this was also the place where someone decided to burn and to fill in this. So that's why there were so many problems. But I'm gonna fill it in fully now because I won't be using it anymore. The pipe is gone there now. Here it will stay because it's I think 1 meter below the surface. So I'm not gonna dig it out just for fun, but I am gonna fill this up. So this is a little bit nicer. It serves zero purpose anymore. This is where the snake lives, or multiple snakes. I've seen it between the stones and I've seen it between the wood. This one eats mice and rodents and everything. That's also a reason why it resides here. There's many places. I've seen it sunbathing. It hangs out of the wood pile. You know, the biggest threat to the snake here, I think, is actually the chickens. I've seen them eat salamanders, frogs. They're just like little dinosaurs. They tear them apart alive. They seem like little docile creatures, the chickens, but if they get something. These are actually the shoots that we cut off with berries on them not so long ago, and they all took. We just stick them in a pot of compost, added a lot of water, and they're fine again. This is the how's it called again? Black satin, blackberry or something. It has no thorns, and it produces really fat, juicy berries. So these shoots we're probably gonna plant near our vegetable garden as well. Leave the one who's there in the garden and plant some bushes everywhere, because these are actually very nice. And it is nice just to be able to walk around your garden, and if you feel like eating a berry or something else, you have the choice. That's what Odin does. If we go walking around, we have different kind of berries that were here. He knows now exactly where they are. He goes to them, eats a few berries, and Voilà. I took out one stump from a peach tree and took out 3 or 4 bushes. One was dead, one was almost dying, one was invasive, and one was just in the way, or was gonna be in the way. So we took them all out, and it opens up the space a little bit, because every time you would try to do something here, you would always be in between the bushes and everything. So it's good they're gone, and they'll have to go anyways because it's very close to the house, so we'll be building here. So Monday when the delivery comes, you can place it all around here, which hopefully they will do. They can place it on the driveway as well if they don't want to bring it over here, but then it's going to be in our way, and I don't have a means to move it yet, so we'll see. You know, everyone is afraid of deer getting into our garden and eating it all, but actually what's been bothering us more and more, and we've seen it this morning, is a blackbird coming in and scratching everything open, but making holes into our compost right next to the roots of the tomato plants and everything. So now, today was the worst I've seen it. I can close it most of the times, it bothers me a little bit, but now they're going a little bit too far. So we'll have to see what we can do about those. Ai! Oh, nice and short. Monday they can come and deliver. So these little humps are gone. Everything has been flattened. Now it's more open. Everything's short. Hopefully they can deliver there. And the time it takes us to do the roof, at least it won't be in our view. Or in our way, let's put it that way. I don't have to do anything there. Not at the moment. So most is on the driveway over there, the roof, driveway more over there, vegetable garden, behind the chicken coop that I want to clean, that other area where there's probably gonna be a lot of plastics, but over there there's actually nothing that bothers us now. Dat is niet makkelijk, hè? Nee.